FreedConn TCOM VB promises big brand intercom features for pocket change. Either we've reached the golden age of budget comms or this is just more tech roulette. On paper, you get up to 800 meters of rider-to-rider range, clear conversations up to 75 mph, Bluetooth 5.0, FM radio, advanced noise cancellation, waterproof buttons, and 2 mics for half and full-face helmets. Sounds criminally generous for the price, but here's the thing, specs don't ride with you at 70 mph in crosswinds. Here's what caught my attention and what actually happened when I put it on the road. I did real rides, from daily commuting to a full weekend trip, and logged hours of calls, music, and intercom chats. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Let's set expectations. The TCOM-VB claims to be a budget-friendly, two-way Bluetooth intercom that keeps you connected up to 800 meters with clear audio at highway speeds, easy install, and decent waterproofing. The marketing highlights two-way intercom for up to 3 paired riders, 2 talking at once. Bluetooth 5.0 with ADDP for music and calls. DPS echo cancellation and noise suppression for clarity at speed. FM radio, hands-free calls, and glove-friendly buttons. Sounds promising, right? Pretty bold claims for around 49.99 and a 4.3-star rating. But here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim 800 meters of intercom range. What you actually get is roughly 300 to 500 meters of clean, reliable connection in real traffic with light curves. Past that, it starts to sputter. Why? Line-of-sight physics at 2.4 GHz, your head and helmet blocking signal, cars acting like rolling signal sponges. Put a hill or a truck between you and your buddy and that 800 meters becomes wishful thinking. They claim crystal clear voice up to 120 km/h or 75 mph. Let's be real. On a full-face helmet behind a short windscreen, you can hold a usable conversation around 60-70 mph if your mic placement is dialed and the boom is tucked out of the airflow. On a naked bike or half-helmet, wind roar winds. You will crank the volume and voices will sound thinner and compressed. DPS noise suppression helps, but it can't do magic against turbulent wind hitting the mic. They promise Bluetooth 5.0 stability, phone pairing is solid, music streaming and GPS prompts work without hiccups, but remember, intercom is its own profile stack. This unit is happiest talking to another TCOM-VB. Pairing to other brands is hit or miss and often requires universal intercom modes that crush audio quality. FreedConn themselves hint it works best when you stick to the same model. Translation: keep your riding group on the same system to avoid expensive confusion. Battery life is quoted at a full day. Here's where it gets mathematically tight. Budget units typically pack around a 400-600 mAh cell. Driving speakers at high volume plus intercom radio equals current draw that makes 8-10 hours plausible if you're mixing standby music and light intercom. Continuous chat at high volume. I saw around 7-8 hours before it tapped out, and that's in cool weather. Hot days or constant max volume will shave that down. Still workable for most rides, but don't expect 12-hour iron butt days without a mid-ride top-up. FM radio included, it works, but expect weak stations to drift and signal to fade in rural areas. It's a nice fallback, not a main feature. Also, the scan and preset management are old-school clunky. Waterproof and sunproof buttons. The button panel survived light rain and a quick wash without drama. In a prolonged downpour, I did get one phantom button press. Not a death blow, but something to keep in mind if you ride through storms. Controls are glove-friendly, though the tactile feel is more clicky than premium. Here's where things get interesting. Voice quality for phone calls. On the caller's end, it's surprisingly decent at city speeds with the soft mic and a full face. At 60+ mph, your voice becomes noise-gated and choppy. They'll hear you, just not podcast quality. Sound quality, music playback is fine for background listening. Expect SBC codec, no fancy aptX, and speakers that prioritize mids so voices cut through. Bass is present but not booming. At highway volume, highs can get harsh. For podcasts, directions, and casual tunes, it does the job. Audiophiles will want better speakers. Battery life, my measured use over 2 weeks averaged 7.5 hours of mixed intercom and music at 70-80% volume. Standby draws little, quick sprints barely dent it. Charging over micro USB takes about 2.5 hours. It's 2026 and micro USB is dated, but at this price it's common. Build and controls. The mounting kit includes both a clamp and an adhesive plate. Install is simple, especially with the soft mic in a full face. The boom mic is convenient for open half helmets but more wind sensitive. Buttons are big enough for winter gloves. The housing feels sturdy but not premium. Think functional plastic that takes scuffs. Connectivity and intercom pairing to phone is easy. Intercom pairing between two TCOM-VB units is reliable once set. 3 units can pair, but only 2 can talk at a time, which can confuse new users, what the marketing doesn't mention. If you mix brands, universal pairing can drop music sharing and reduce audio quality. Here's what nobody tells you. Keeping everyone on the same FreedConn model avoids half the headaches. User review check. The 4.3 average aligns with what I saw. Praise centers on easy install, value, and decent clarity under 65 mph. The common complaints. FM is meh, range drops behind obstacles, and wind noise hits hard on open-face setups. A few reports mention water ingress in heavy rain. Mine had one glitch but survived. Verdict, recommended with caveats. If you need a budget two-way intercom for commuting, weekend rides, or writer-passenger chat, the FreedConn TCOM VB is solid value at around $49.99. It's worth it if you ride mostly under 70 mph, use full-face helmets, and keep your group on the same unit. Pros: low price, stable phone connection, easy install, usable range in the real world, swappable mics. Cons: real-world range is half the headline, wind noise challenges at highway speeds, FM is basic, micro USB, and cross-brand pairing is a gamble. Skip this if you want mesh networking or bulletproof clarity at 80 mph. Save your money for a Cardo or Sena. For budget riders who manage expectations, this one makes sense. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below, tell me what you want tested next, and if you've ridden with this unit, share your real-world range and speed results. New deep dive coming next week. Ride safe, test hard, and I'll see you in the next one.